Hey everyone, how are you today? My name is Kia B. Coates. I am the spiritual advocate, and I'd like to welcome you to my video. Um, just so you know, I'm not new to YouTube. I've had a channel for a long time. I am not as active as I'd like to be, and I don't promote it, but I'm constantly making strides. So I am going to start posting more videos and trying to be more active on YouTube. So, for all intents and purposes, I would like you all to like, share, subscribe if you feel the need. If this is beneficial to you in any way, leave a comment. Today, what I want to do, I realized I've started the Facebook group and I go on and I post stuff, but I haven't really brought you guys um, to the foundation of everything it is that I try to give you. Um, that kind of happened because I started the group and I started from the beginning with the group and then we started the Facebook group. So you guys kind of were just brought into the middle of everything that was going on, and that in itself wasn't even totally organized in the way that it should have been. So what I am now doing is stepping all the way back to the beginning, and today's video is basically going to be discussing the fundamentals of mindset and lifestyle mastery, why it's important, how it's a benefit to you, and why you should all actively be seeking to have mindset and lifestyle mastery. Um, Forgive me if I keep looking down. I made a couple of notes on my phone, so I might look down periodically. I'm not big on scripts, and this whole just speaking off the cuff thing. I'm good when I'm feeding off of energy, so for me to just sit in front of the camera on my own, it might be a little difficult. So I ask you to please bear with me if I stammer or stutter or you know what I'm doing now. Anyway, yeah, so the fundamentals of mindset and lifestyle mastery. It all begins with understanding the energy. So let's talk about the energy. First of all, we speak about energy on a regular basis. We learned about it in school, but the things that we've been taught in school, it kind of leaves us after a while. It's not that it leaves us, but it's not something that's in the forefront. We don't think about it on a regular basis. What is energy? And even though we're taught what energy is in school, when we apply it to our lives, for some reason, we don't necessarily apply it in the same way. Um, but let's just get into it. What is energy? Energy literally is everything. Energy, from a technical standpoint, is a vibration or an oscillation. It is that unknown, unseen force that governs everything. It governs the all. And break that word down for a second, what the all is. The all is literally everything you can't see, understand, comprehend, can't comprehend. Like the all is vast. It literally is everything, whether you know what it is, whether you know it exists or not, whether you believe it. Energy is everything, right? So, what are the laws that govern energy, so to speak? What are the rules that energy has to follow? First of all, energy cannot be destroyed and it cannot be created. The only thing that you can do with energy is transform it. So, what does this mean? This means that the energy that existed at the beginning of creation is the same energy that we are, that we work with, that will be when we no longer are, right? So, there's never been any new energy, and we can never get rid of any of the energy. There are two types of energy. You have, kinetic and potential energy. What is kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is working energy. It is energy that is in action. And potential energy is energy that is not necessarily being used at the moment in the way that we understand, but it has the potential to cause work. Example, if you sit down for a meal, while this food is digesting, it is potential energy. At the moment, while it is moving through your digestive tract, it is not causing any work to happen in your body. Your body is using energy it already has to break this food down, but at the moment, the food that your body is breaking down cannot do anything for you. Once it gets into your stomach and the acids eat through it, and it begins to disperse the different nutrients and things that you need from it, separate it from the toxins, and sends it to the different parts of your body that it needs to go to, then it becomes kinetic energy. It is now working within your body to keep you moving. I hope that was a good enough analogy for you. Okay, so we understand what energy is. What is the function of energy? That's when we need to go back to how it actually moves, how it works. When I spoke a couple of seconds ago, I mentioned energy is vibration. It's varying oscillate. I want to make this so that everybody understands it, so bear with me. A vibration is a wavelength. An oscillation is the same thing as a vibration. An oscillation just denotes how much the different varying points in that oscillation are. So you'll come down, you'll go up. Depending on what these energies or what the specific energy you're dealing with is creating, whether that be sound, something visual, something physical, of thoughts, because everything, your thoughts, sound, words, all the physical things that we see, it's all energy. So energy is this vibration. And depending on what is being created from this vibration, is determined by the oscillation, how much of a vibration the energy is making, right? So, and when I speak how energy functions, I'm speaking in relation to us, people. How do we live as energy? How do we work with energy? How are we utilizing energy when we're unaware, right? So you have thoughts. And let's say you are thinking about, is it going to rain? I said that because it's raining outside. Is it going to rain or not? And that's kind of broad because, but anyway. So your thought is whether or not it's going to rain. I don't like that example. Okay, we're going to go to a cup of coffee. So you're getting ready for work and you're leaving your house and you're locking your door and you're thinking about this cup of coffee that you want. And things are a little tight, so you don't necessarily want to spend your own money on a cup of coffee. So you are going to the store, even though you don't want to spend the money, you're going to spend the money. You go into the store, you order your cup of coffee, and as you're about to pay for it, someone steps up and says, hey, you know what? Someone did something for me. I want to pay it forward. Can I please buy your cup of coffee? How did your thoughts of wanting and not wanting to pay for this cup of coffee manifest into someone offering to pay for your coffee when you got to the store this morning? Energy works with you, for you, and around you. And I think Abraham Hicks says it best, like she puts it out there the best way. You got to think of a two-man job. You have your part of the job to do, and the other person or thing has its part of the job to do. And this is the way you have to look at the universal energies that you work with and work for you. Your job was to have the thoughts and then take an action. So you thought about this cup of coffee and you thought about you didn't want to pay for it. You took the action by going to the store anyway. You didn't put it out there, damn. You didn't give up on it. You went forward anyway. The universal energies in working with you, I feel like my son is about to get loud. Hold up, see, I told you it was coming. Uh-huh. No, I'm just waiting for you to finish. I thought you were about to be really loud. No, I just want to lay down and sleep. Okay, baby. The universal energies heard your request for the coffee. That wasn't air quotes. The universal energies heard your request for the coffee. So, in its effort to work for you and with you, it allowed something to happen that caused the reaction of the person in the restaurant or the store. Please open the door back. To have the urge to pay for your coffee. You didn't have to question how it was going to come. You didn't have to question, will it actually come? Is it possible that it can come? You didn't have to identify who the person was, if it was a person. All you did was have the thoughts and take an action. And that's literally how the energies work with you and for you. As long as you understand your place, your role, and you know how to stay in your lane, the universal energies are always working toward giving you what you've asked for. Where the agitation comes into play for people is because they have contradicting thoughts. They're not working with the energy. They're not understanding that the energy is working with them and for them. Excuse me. So if you had that thought that you wanted a cup of coffee and the questions followed, should I have this cup? How can I get this cup? If I spend money on this cup, will I have, if you start to find ways, which is literally what your mind has been programmed to do, find ways to stop you, find ways to put obstacles in your way, the coffee is no longer what you're requesting. What you're requesting is to see everything happen to prevent you from getting to the coffee. Clear all of that stuff out, right? I feel like I need to be more in depth. We'll get there. Let me just go. Now, why is it important for you to understand the energy? Because when you understand the energy and you understand how important it is to your life, how important it is to the things that you attract, why you not being aware of and in control of your personal energy is what is continuing to bring, let me rephrase that. There will always be obstacles or situations that you have to find solutions to. But they won't be as severe because that's how they seem to us. They seem severe. The smallest things seem so severe because we are not working with the energy, because we are not aware of what the proper mindset is to utilize it. But when you understand the energy, when you realize what the energy is and how important it is to your function in this reality, it makes it easier for you to kind of police your mind. And that's very necessary, especially in the beginning. If you are still in a point at a stage where you are not totally in control of your thought process, you don't know how to get out of your way. When you understand how imperative, excuse me, that's not what I'm going to say. When you understand, I said it. When you understand how important the energy is and understanding the energy is to your life, your thoughts aren't as negative because you understand if I'm thinking a negative thought, I'm going to get some negative shit back. If I'm making a negative intention or a negative cause, I'm attracting I'm going to manifest some negative shit, you know? So, understanding the way the energy works is definitely a benefit to mastering your mindset. And mastering your mindset is paramount if you are looking to have that dramatic lifestyle transformation. If you're sick of the bullshit, if you're sick of struggling, if you're sick of worrying, if you're sick of having bad relationships, if you're sick of your job, if you're sick of anything under the sun, then you need to be actively trying to figure out how to master your mindset. Because through the mindset mastery, you have these lifestyle transformations. And it's through the lifestyle transformations that you are able to have lifestyle mastery. Lifestyle mastery is the ability to be aware of what you are attracting, aware to the point that you literally are not pulling in any negative things. If you have what you consider, and that's all it is you looking at it that way, your perspective, if you have what you consider to be a negative um, um, encounter or situation that you come across, with lifestyle and mindset mastery, you're of the full understanding that it's not a negative situation at all. It's a necessary means to get to where I'm trying to go. You see that the universe is working for you and with you. So anything that you come across is assured to be lining you up for your best outcome in whatever it is that you are trying to attract. Um, why is it necessary to consciously, continuously be aware of what you are thinking? Why is it imperative that you are constantly, consciously working towards that mindset and lifestyle mastery? It's important because who the fuck wants to be miserable for their whole lives? And why would you want to be okay when you could be great? Because not everybody's miserable. There are a lot of people who are miserable, and I talk to them a lot because I used to be one of them. And I understood what it is. I understand what it is to be in a situation where you really feel, you really believe that you have no control over your life or the situations that you are involved in, where you feel hopeless, where you are just angry and can't express why or how, where you've gotten to the point that you've resolved yourself to the fact that this is just the hand that I've been dealt and I got to figure out how to work with it. No, we don't have to work with anything. We can change everything. And that's why I do what I do. Because those people that are still in the position that I used to be in, I feel your pain. I understand your struggle. Like, you want to talk about a bitch on wheels, a bat out of hell? I was off and running. I had no direction, no clarity, no clue, no hope, no. I already knew this is just what the hell it is. I'm going to die miserable. I'm not going to have accomplished anything. Like, it was bad for me. It was really bad for me. And those are the people that I want to connect with. Not just them, because as I was saying, there are certain people who, no, life is not miserable. And they have a nice home and they're not too far behind in their bills and they have a good family and their love. But if you could be better, wouldn't you want to be? If you could be better and pass that knowledge on to other people that they too could be better, wouldn't you want them to be, especially the people that you interact with on a regular basis? It's very important that when you begin to take the journey towards mindset and lifestyle mastery, when you begin to work with the energy and understand the energy, you want to have your vibration as high as possible. And one of the ways to do that and ensure that is to make sure that the people that you have around you are also functioning from a high vibrational place. And if you find yourself on this journey surrounded by people who are low vibration, rest assured at some point they will bring your vibration back down. So it should always be your goal. Please forgive the sirens and stuff in the back. But it should always be your goal to not just better yourself, but to lift the vibrations of the people who are around you as well. It should be. Um, what happens when you begin to lift your vibrations, when you begin to consciously start to master your mindset? When you go from having a fixed and lax state of mind to having a success, abundant, and solution based mindset, there are a number of things that happen. Um, the most important thing, it enhances your quality of life. You feel better. Things that would once disturb you don't affect you. Um, you can think more clearly. And just being able to be less stressed, clear thoughts, decisiveness, that in itself has so many improvements on your life. Um, yeah, I made a list. Uh, uh, Enhanced quality of life, you get a higher EQ. If you're not familiar with what the EQ is, your EQ is your emotional quotient. It's opposite of your IQ, your intelligence quotient. Um, People with higher EQs, they have less stressful lives, happier, more fulfilled lives. They tend to get better paying jobs. They find themselves in leadership positions. They are actually healthier than the average person physically. Um, they have improved relationships with people, better relationships with people because they understand how to interact with people. Having a high EQ with an understanding of how the energy works just enhances your ability to work with people, understand people, control yourself emotionally and mentally. The benefits are continuous, unbelievable. Once you get it, you can't get rid of it. Like, it's things that you know. You can't unlearn what you've learned. So we should always be aiming toward being better, doing better. And of course, one of the biggest things, which I never really understood, even though I had my period of I wasn't confident. I wasn't confident in myself, my abilities, my knowledge, anything. And it took me a while to get to this point. But I didn't understand how many people really aren't as confident as they should be or could be. But for me, that was a big thing to boost my confidence. To sit here right now in front of this camera and discuss, not even read off of a piece of paper, but to sit and just openly discuss, freely discuss what's on my brain and give you my perspective and to really not care. I feel good to not care about the people who won't agree, don't like, don't understand, like, it is what it is. But for a long time, that was my fear. I wasn't confident enough to do it because I was worried about how I was going to be perceived or what the response or reaction was going to be from me saying the things that I'm saying and doing the things that I'm doing, you know. But yeah, so it improves your confidence, everything. And for those energy workers who just want more clarification, more understanding, want to enhance or strengthen their connections and their manifestation abilities, it definitely, you'll see it will skyrocket your intuition, your manifestation, everything. Um, Now, I'm about to wrap it up, but I do want to give you guys just something so that you can go back and get a better understanding. One of the books that I always recommend to people, because it was my foundation in understanding the energy. It really put things into perspective. I ask everybody to go and get a copy. If you can't find a copy, you can literally go to Google and type in what is it? The Seven Hermetic Principles PDF, free download, and you can download it for free online. But if you get the opportunity, go online, download the free PDF. If you find it somewhere, buy the book. I always like the physical book. If you can't get the physical book, go ahead and download it. But the Seven Hermetic Principles will really give you more of a clear understanding as to what energy is, how it functions, and the laws that govern it. Um, and they're really like I said, energy governs all. Everything under the sun is governed by energy. Energy can manipulate any situation, even though any situation, never mind. I'll go there later. But yeah, so I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope somebody is able to get some type of benefit, information, something new, a starting point, anything from this video. To this one person who watches me every time I come on, still clueless as to who you are, but I appreciate you. My name is Kia B. Coate. I am the spiritual advocate. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Follow me on Facebook at the Spiritual Advocate, or you can join the Facebook group Her Empowerment. That is H.E.R.empowerment. Send me an email if you so choose. If you would like a consultation, they are free. I can be reached at Kia, K-I-Y-A .B at klbcoach.com, or you can check out the website www.klbcoach.com. I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you continue to vibe high. Mwah.